Hello everybody, it's Mark T and it's time for another Doctor Who review. This episode's called The Forest of the Night. This episode starts off with a little girl named Maeve running off, and she ends up running into the Doctor and, meeting him for the first time, and she ends up entering the TARDIS and a whole bunch of other good stuff. That is all. I'm joking. So the main plot of this episode is basically like a whole bunch of these trees are growing around, like a whole bunch of foliage is growing all around the world, and everyone's curious. Meanwhile, during this time, Clara and her boyfriend Dan Pink, as well as, are on a class trip with all their students, and they are getting ready to leave when they see this giant forest. So what eventually ends up happening is that we realize that this girl named Maeve that met the Doctor sort of has like this weird connection to the trees. It's hard to explain, but basically it allows her to see things that might happen into the future. Which is why at one point in the episode we see her, we see the Doctor look into her homework, and we see that she had actually drawn a picture of what was happening in this episode. And honestly, it's pretty interesting plot. There's also a big subplot about Dan and Clara sort of having relationship troubles for the most part. But most of it's pretty normal. It's just basically a general class type episode. So Clara's whole class gets to meet the Doctor, and it was an interesting episode for the most part. The best part actually that I found of this episode was the ending, which I will not spoil for you, but I'll tell you this much: it's a really good ending, and generally it was a really good episode. Very well rounded, but basically they're solely to space in between the a space until the last episode. So my next review will be of the last two episodes. I'm gonna watch both in one line of watching, just so that I can get like the whole expression of what I want to say. And besides, it's like all one story. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.